For years, it feels like Apple's been chasing this dream of a perfect all-screen iPhone. But what if that dream is finally actually about to happen? We're going to dive into some wild rumors about the 2026 iPhone 18 Pro. And let me tell you, this could be the biggest shakeup since the iPhone X. It really all boils down to one simple question. Just think about this for a second. Look at your phone right now. See that cutout? That dynamic island? Now, what if that's the last time you see a cutout that big on an iPhone? What if it's about to basically disappear? That's the big idea we're digging into today. Yeah, because when you start putting all the puzzle pieces together, we're talking under-display Face ID, a beast of a new chip, and camera upgrades that sound like they're ripped from a DSLR. It's not just another yearly update, right? This points to something way bigger, a total fundamental redesign. So let's kick things off with that all-screen future. We have to start with the most obvious change, right? The thing you're going to notice every single time you look at the phone, the display. The real magic here, though, isn't just that it's smaller, it's how they're doing it. The word on the street from a bunch of different reports is that Apple is finally cracking the code on moving all those complex Face ID sensors under the actual display. And you can see the result. That big pill we have now, it shrinks down to almost nothing. Some people are calling it a mini island, others just a tiny punch hole for the camera. Either way, it's a huge change. Now, before you panic, Apple isn't changing everything. The screen sizes are expected to stay exactly the same, that familiar 6.3 and 6.9 inches. And if you were worried they'd do something weird, like stick the camera in a corner, nope, that's not happening. It would totally mess with their entire user interface. The goal here is really simple. Make the most immersive all-screen iPhone yet, period. Okay, let's move on. Next up, next generation performance. We've talked about what you can see. Now let's talk about what you're going to feel. Because trust me, the changes under the hood are just as big. So the engine driving this thing is supposedly the new A20 Pro chip. It's built on what's called a 2-nanometer process. I know, that sounds super technical, but what it actually means for you is pretty simple. 1, everything is just going to be faster. 2, way better battery life. And 3, your phone won't feel like it's going to melt when you're deep into a gaming session. And that's not all. Apple's also rumored to finally be rolling out its own custom modem, the C2. By ditching the third-party parts, they get total control. And for you and me, that means a stronger 5G signal, way more stable connections, and, this is a big one, a real improvement in battery life when you're out and about off of Wi-Fi. All right, let's talk about what might be the most exciting part for a lot of people, the camera system. And listen, this isn't just about more megapixels, we're talking about a fundamental change in how the actual lens works. The star of the show is this rumored feature called variable aperture. So right now, your iPhone's lens has a fixed opening for light. It's always the same size. Variable aperture means the lens can physically open up and close down, kind of like the pupil of your eye. Or, exactly like the lens on a high-end professional camera. And this is why that's such a game changer. It means brighter, cleaner photos at night when the light is low. It means sharper, crisper images in the middle of the day. And maybe the coolest part, you get that beautiful, natural background blur, that bokeh effect, without having to rely on portrait mode or software tricks. It's just real. This is true pro-level control right in your pocket. And to go along with that pro-level lens, it sounds like Apple might be adding a pro-level button. The rumor is a new 2-stage shutter. So you'd have press it to lock your focus and exposure, get everything just right, and then press it all the way down to take the shot. It's exactly how a dedicated professional camera works. But maybe the most revolutionary upgrade here has nothing to do with photos or speed. It's about staying connected when you have, no connection at all. Right now, iPhones have that satellite feature for emergency texts, which is already amazing, right? But the leaks for the 18 Pro suggest a massive jump. We're talking about basic internet access through satellites. Just imagine being completely off-grid, 0 bars, and still being able to pull up a map or a simple web page. That's the kind of leap we're talking about. And look, this is so much more than just convenience. This has huge, huge implications for safety, especially if you're ever in a remote area. In fact, one of our sources put it perfectly. This one feature, it could make the iPhone the safest smartphone ever built. So let's step back for a second. When you put all this together, the all-new design, the next-level performance, the pro camera, the insane connectivity, what does it all add up to? First off, when could we actually see this? All signs point to the usual fall launch, so probably September of 2026. And you know an upgrade this big is going to come with some fresh new colors. Rumors are pointing to some really sophisticated options, like a deep burgundy, maybe a premium brown, and even the return of purple. But honestly, colors are just the icing on the cake. If even half of these major rumors are true, this isn't just some minor S-year refresh. This is a complete rethinking of what an iPhone is, from how it looks with that incredible all-screen display, to how fast it runs, to the truly professional photos it can capture. So, I want to leave you with a question. Thinking about everything we just talked about, what's the one thing that really gets you excited? Is it that game-changing variable aperture camera? Or is it finally getting that perfect all-screen phone with a tiny, tiny cutout? It's a tough call, right? And I think that just goes to show you how massive this upgrade could really be.